Hey guys, what's up? Arthur here, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. In the last episode, we took on our first official mission as a mercenary, took out some bandits, got a couple levels out of it, got to deal with Oscar, so in this episode, we're going to be dealing with a rescue of some sorts. Perhaps another mission required of somebody. And it looks like we have a new character walking up here who we've not met before. Oh, Titania, this is where you've been, is it? This is Reese. He is your healer, your starting healer. Apparently he's been sick recently, too. He had a fever, but it's completely gone. Been in bed for almost a week, so I doubt he won't be in top form. Yeah, after having a fever for a week, I wouldn't be. I'd feel like crap after that, man. Even small slaps and bites death. Da-da-da. You're recuperating for a little while longer. You're sole staff wielder, Reese. The harder you work, the harder I will work, the more we depend on you to be on our sides. So yeah, he can basically heal you. He's not an attacker, but he can heal you so you don't have to use up your items. So, Reese has a letter here. He says, this letter's for you. For me? No more than a little while ago, I went for a walk around the yard, and a man I've never seen before came up to me and said, give this to the Red Trust Knight. Maybe a thank you letter? So she opens it up and takes a look and says, oh no, how dare they! What's the matter? What did the letter say? Take this letter to Oscar and tell him to prepare for combat and wait for me. I have to go out for a moment. What? Yeah, what did that letter say, man? You can't just leave us hanging like that. That's not cool. But yeah, we've got issues. So obviously something's happened. Mr. and Rolf, they've been taken by bandits. Ah, that explains the rescue chapter. The two of them went out early this morning to gather wildflowers. Sure, they're not back yet, but it's from a group of bandits. Didn't seem like a bad person. Well, they'd already taken him at that point anyway. If you'd called him out on his suspicion, he probably would have killed you, so they probably want to get revenge. So they're taking children as hostages. Nice. That's clearly what you do in order to take revenge. So Titania said she'd be right back. You're supposed to get ready and wait for her, but obviously it's Ike's sister, and it's their brother too, so they're not gonna wait. So all four of them just completely ignore their commander's orders, or the second command's orders, and just run out. Try to figure out where they're going. The road forks here. Well, which way do we go? And they start arguing. I know I'm skipping through a lot of the text, but it's not, super important. So they start fighting. It's not like you two chambermaids be disobeying orders. What's the world coming to? The bandit stronghold that's the left fork. So everybody takes off, yet again. That's the bandit stronghold. There's like one house, it's like a shack. It's like an abandoned shack. This is not a bandit stronghold. Not even close. Man, nice buzz cut. So you came, did you boys? It's just you then? You came alone? You seriously underestimate what we're capable of doing to you. And where's that snobby red-haired wench you ride with? She's not here. Got him locked up safe and sound in that little shack back there. Got no problem with those brats. They just want revenge. Got no reason to hold them. You hear, but red ain't. Whatever. And we've got our next fight. Awesome. Let's tear them apart. There's so many. Not that many. But we must not lose. So if anybody gets injured, you can use Reese to heal them. Without the red-haired knight, they're no match for us. What you say, dirtbag, will make you regret those words. I'm sure you will. Hi, caramba. Well, as befits each episode, whenever we get a new character, I'm going to go over them very quickly. This is Reese. He is a priest, just a spiritual guide who wields sacred staves to heal wounded allies. Now, as I mentioned earlier, he is not somebody they can attack. Staves are not used to attack. The only thing he can use are staves. However, these are very useful. In this case, I can restore 10 HP plus the wielder's magic converted HP to a target unit. So, 10 HP plus his current magic, which is 10, so it can heal for 20 HP. So it's already twice what a vulnerary can do, just at this point alone. So it's pretty nice. Reese is not the unit I would recommend, but that's because I'd recommend a healer you'll get later on. But if you need to use them, then use them. I mean, it makes sense. If you need to use them, then just go for it. His growth rates are as follows. HP 40%, Strength 5%, Magic 60%, Skill 50%, Speed 40%, Luck 50%, defense 25%, and resistance 55%. So he's a pretty useful unit. Obviously, he's your primary healer for most of these first few chapters. Whenever he promotes, because he can promote into a bishop, he's capable of using light magic. He's the only unit, I believe, that's capable of doing so. He is obviously going to require protection. His defense right now is 0, so, I mean, that's kind of an issue. So he's going to have low HP, defense, and I believe also speed. His res will cap his resistance, so if he gets attacked by a mage, you're fine. It's the physical attackers you got to look out for. So, his speed is average at best. His strength is mediocre. So when he uses light magic, he's probably going to be able to double units, so I'm not sure if light magic would be good for attacks. It's kind of more a defensive thing just to have on hand if you class changed him. You could forge a low weight tome form, which we'll talk about that later, according to this. He's got a decent skill growth rate, so his skill's pretty good, his magic's pretty good, his resistance is pretty good, his luck should be pretty high as well, but his defense and strength will suffer, and his speed's not very great either, along with HP. So I would just use him when you need to. I wouldn't recommend him long term, but use him if you need to in these early chapters. That's what I would say. Now you've got this one guy over here, so the first thing I would recommend doing is going and killing this guy with Oscar. It'll probably take 2 turns unless you've gotten lucky with the levels that he got and he managed to get a speed upgrade. And then just make sure you keep everybody out of range, so... when it comes to these guys, you got 2 axes and a sword. So we'll just send Ike up here. See, Iron Sword will be doing 10 times 2, Steel Sword is 13, but you're not getting 13 times 2 out of it. So Steel Sword may not be your best bet. As Ike, starts getting used to the weapons, he gets higher strength, he gets higher speed, he gets weapon levels up. You'll be able to double with the Steel Sword, but for now, I'm just going to stick with the Iron Sword. Let's have a look at what Boyd's attack is here. 13, 17. I don't know if I want to show this off or not. It's kind of a waste of experience. Because I'm not going to show everybody attacking, so I think I'll just leave it be. Well, no, he can reach Boyd anyway. I might as well just go ahead and try to kill him. Get to show you Boyd's animation, even though it's the same as all the other fighters you've already seen. There you go. Pretty much what you'd expect. Alright, let's see. That guy's right there. This is just basically so I know where to move Reese so he will not get hit. Let's go ahead and switch Boyd's off. Reese, if he gets attacked, you'll see the animation, but he's not obviously going to counterattack. Just go ahead and wait here. Now, if you've got the option to heal, we'll tell you. Ike didn't need any healing because the guy that he attacked did not hit him on his counterattack, so you didn't have to worry about it. But here we have Mist and Rolf. Keep your chin up, Rolf. Boys aren't supposed to cry. It's a nice little cheer up, Rolf, you'll be okay type thing. Okay, now that Ike's actually been attacked, now we get to see the healing animation. And Ike got a level out of that. Now keep in mind, if you get a level and you get an HP upgrade like that, you're not going to get the actual health out of it. So, like, let's say my HP was at 20, and I was at full health at level, like I had 20 HP, I was at full health, and I get a level up. So that brings me to 21 HP. So my current HP at that point would be 20 out of 21. You don't actually get the... you don't get a full heal out of it, you don't get the point of HP with the level. So, fair warning about that. Alright, so Oscar's defeated that enemy, so let's bring him back into the fray over here. I'm not sure if we can get both of these. Yeah, we're probably not going to be able to get both of these guys, so I'm going to say we're going to build the wall, as I call it. And the wall is just a strategy that I've used for a while. Basically, whenever you've got, a bunch of units, you just take all of your offensive units and put them in a line like this. And then put your healing units behind that. So this is what a heal will look like. You go to staff, and then heal, and then pick your unit. And then they'll get healed for however much the healer can heal for, or until they're at max. But the wall obviously is designed to where they will not be able to attack any units that are behind the wall. Since there's no archers or anything, everybody has a range of 1, so they have to go around the wall or through the wall in order to get Reese. And now, granted, I've only got 3 men attacking units, so I couldn't form a perfect wall, but it was enough to stop them from getting to Reese. you can't allow any of our people to be harmed. So, yeah, we've taken a total of 8 damage. It was all on Boyd, which didn't matter anyway. Yeah, sure. Let's see here. That guy's... Okay, so we can both take one out. So, Ike, you go ahead and knock this guy out. Very nice. Oscar, you can take this one. Very good. Let's go ahead and heal Boyd. Always heal, even if you don't need to, if you're working on getting experience for healers. Since they're not going to fight, this is their only way to really get experience on the battlefield, so I would recommend doing that. Then you also have a talk option here. This is obviously talk to unit on an adjacent space. These will show up from time to time. It kind of depends on your situation. You kind of have to pay a little bit of attention to the story. In this case, it's obviously Titania talking to Ike. So right now, basically all they say is, yeah, we'll talk about you getting in serious trouble later. For right now, we should focus on the battle. I'll talk about these hedges next turn. Right now, we're not going to get attacked by anything. Alright, so these are obviously bushes or thickets, if you want to call them. You can see in the top right where it says plain, AVO 0, Def 0, and MDF 0. And right here it says AVO 10, Def 1, and MDF 0 again. So basically what this means is, if you're sitting in a thicket, you've got a slight defense increase, and it's also less likely that the opponent will be able to hit you. It's not a huge increase, but it's there. There's also a heal hedge right here, which if you sit on this, then you'll get a slight HP gain every turn you stay on it. So those are pretty nice. You really don't need them for this chapter, but they're there if you need them. Take Titania over here. Unequip her weapon. I'm saving that Seraph robe for later, by the way. I know that I still have it. So we got a couple more units here. Ike's at 5, Oscar at 4. So we're going to have Ike attack this guy, because he's more likely to miss Ike, because 36 against Ike versus 57. So, I mean, neither one of those are incredibly high, but obviously 36 is lower than 57, because I can do math. So we'll go ahead and weaken this guy. Reason now we cannot get him over there. Okay. And then we'll finish him off with Oscar. And I believe that will get Oscar level. He was pretty close. Yep. Nice. What do we got? Skill, speed, and defense. I would have liked strength, but that's alright. And we got a steel axe out of that. Okay. He's got 3 items, so you can still hold one more. You can always check your opponents. Like, see how you get the speed wing right here? It's highlighted in red. This means when they're defeated, that's what they'll drop. That's how you know what units are dropping what. So yeah, if you're wondering about that last chapter, that one guy that had the iron sword that he dropped and it was in red text, which I showed earlier, that's why. If it's in red text, they'll drop it when they're defeated. So, that's how that works. Let's go ahead and heal Ike. Now we're going to use the trick of luring somebody out here. What we're going to do is put Ike right here, so this guy's in range. However, this guy will not be in range. So this guy's going to move to attack me, but the other guy won't. Quite often, especially in high difficulties, that's what you want to do. You want to lure the enemies out one by one and just attack them one by one. And play a very slow, careful, methodical approach. Just going to heal you again. Some people might consider this a waste of a heal staff. I mean, if you want the experience and if you want to make sure your characters don't die, even if, you know, they're probably in no trouble, then go ahead and do it. Go ahead and move these guys forward. Haha! That was a failed attack if I've ever seen one. Thanks for the experience, though. So they're both at equal experience. I like to keep Ike a little bit ahead experience-wise the other players, plus this guy's he has an axe, so I believe this guy does move forward, so we'll find out. Yes, he does. Knowing if the boss moves is actually very important, especially later on, because the last thing you need is for you to put yourself close to the boss at somewhat critical health and have him move, and then you're just like, oh, great. Alright, so that lowered him to pretty low percentage there. So go ahead and heal one more time and go ahead and finish this off. I think Ike's got enough room for an item, because that's what that speed wing is. That is a That will increase your speed by 2. I usually like to hang on to those items until near the end of the game, just to clear up whatever stats they're missing. See, Ike's at... Can we see that? His experience is 83, Oscar's is 43. I might actually give it to Oscar. Because he'd probably get the level out of it. If he misses here, then Ike will get it. If not, Oscar will get it. Okay, he missed, so Ike's gonna get it. Oscar is suddenly Ike's sister because he missed. Wah, wah, wah. This can't be. I don't deserve to lose to sell swords like you. Best death noise ever. Nice. Sweet. Got that speed up to double digits. That's one of the big things you want for Ike. You want Ike to have pretty high speed. High speed and pretty high strength are what you want for him. Skill would be nice too as well, but he'll usually get that without difficulty. Somehow we did it. Somehow. What do you mean somehow? We did it because we're better than them. What you did was in direct defiance of the orders I explicitly gave you. How it all turned out is another issue altogether. And so they all say, it was our fault. No, it was my fault. No, it was my fault. Can we keep in mind that, yeah, those two are still captured? Can we not focus on the goal? You can see a guy hiding off there in the trees on the top right over there. What's he doing over there? Brother, everyone, you came. Oh, I'm scared. Oscar, help me. Rolf, I'm here to... He can see you, dude. You're standing right there. And I'll see you dead. If you want these two alive, you'll throw your weapons down. If you don't, I'll start with the girl. And so Titania puts down her weapons. Titania. Everybody puts down their weapons. And what happens, of course, it didn't do anything. But he died. And Rolf fainted. He's not dead, he just fainted. There's not a scratch on him. This guy's dead. No, really? This arrow, who shot it? A single arrow right between the eyes? Who else can make a shot like that? No one, that's who. Hey, it's you guys. If you remember from the first chapter, they talked about Shin and Geishri, and Grail took them to deal with the other two jobs. These are those two guys. Don't you children owe me a little gratitude? I did just save your lives. You're both so cruel with this armor on, you know I can't run that fast. Aw, that poor guy. I knew we'd need reinforcements. I'm glad it wasn't a waste of time. So in the end, I got to feather someone. It was worth the rush. All I did was sweat. That was hard work. Yeah, he's a knight, so he's in like full body armor at this point, guys. It's not good for him. I like how Mist wasn't scared at all and Rolf was like having a panic attack. That's an improvement on usual stuff. Yeah, she wasn't crying, dude. What a day this has been. Yeah, indeed. And just like that, that chapter's over. As you can see, they're starting to come faster now that the tutorials aren't here. Because that was only 18 minutes. 19 minutes, roughly. So that didn't take as long. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been Pimrothroy with Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. And I will see you guys in the next one where Ike's probably going to get in trouble because he kind of disobeyed the second in command's orders. But, I will see you guys then. Later.